Well, hello, and a happy Friday at 10:10 a.m. to you all. Friday the 21st. For some reason, I feel like today is significant. Um, and it's so goofy because, like, I was sending number two off to school this morning, and she's like, "Oh, my field trip's today," and I was like, "What?" Or she said something like, "Roller coasters today," and I was like, "Huh?" And she's like, "Yeah, my trip is today," and I was like, cause I knew she was going on her end of the year field trip, but I forgot. Like I didn't realize what today's date was. Like it's been on the refrigerator since like the beginning of the year, and it was just so. I don't know. It was something about that. Um, so these two clips, okay. Um, these two clips I picked up. They were yesterday. 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 Okay, anyways. So we're talking about yesterday, which was the 20th. Something about AA too. Um, and cutting the tag off something. Because when you cut the tag off of something, it's yours. So, there's that. Um, yesterday, okay, so I've been seeing a lot of memes and comments about, and this is no shade, no tea to anybody on this particular medication. Because, like, I'm medicated too. Like, I don't think I think one of my medications, they're not mood stabilizers, but like, whatever. Anyways, but yesterday was one of those days that someone could have asked, should have asked me, what milligram of Lexapro are you on? Like the meme that I've been seeing a lot because like, if it could have been, it was yesterday. If it was, first of all, bitch, first of all, 224. I had to go to the cardiologist. Cool. I was thinking it wasn't going to be nothing. Because last year when I went and did my little stress test, he was pretty much like, yeah, whatever, you're good to go. You got POTS, but we ain't going to say you got POTS, but we going to treat you like you got POTS. So, I was like, whatever. I go in yesterday just for the yearly checkup and tell me why he's asking me about the updates and I'm telling him about my CK levels and the hospitalizations and all that shit. Boy, he starts going in on my ass. In on my ass. And I'm like, he's like, so how are we doing on the smoking and drinking? Because last time I don't give, I'll tell him. If you're going to be honest with anybody, be honest with your doctor, you know? Um, so I told him, I was like, hey, this is where I'm at, And he's like, look, that ain't gonna work for me. And I was like, he's like, look, you have Ehlers-Danlos. He's like, you can't be doing this shit, and so long story short, he's sending me to get a fucking CT on my chest, on my heart, which I am nervous about because, like, this body is just a fucking riddle, and, like, I'm thankful to be able to decipher it, but also no one else could do it, and that's why the Lord gave me this body. So, like, shout out to you guys. 348, so 78. Um, but also, like, whoo, girl, Alicia. Y'all ever feel like that? The consciousness that inhabits your body? Yeah, you're your body, but, like, you're also the consciousness that inhabits it. Like, the auric field around it. Ooh, that's a good one. Um, okay. Oh, my God. That was the heart doctor, right? So then I had to take number one and number two to the dentist. That was fine, but while number one and number two were in the dentist, number three and number four were just hell on wheels. A fucking tornado, hurricane, all in one. Like, just doing everything in that damn doctor's office. Yumi's nose is running like a sugarcane tree. Like, she's snotting, she's screaming, she don't want me to wipe it. Like, it was crazy, and it was just like to the point like I was calm. Like it was so chaotic, 454 and 456 that I was calm. Damn, I'm so itchy. I also think I have MCAS. Like, there's that bitch. Cause like I've been in flare for like a week or two now, and like I've got rash right here. I've got a hive like right here. Another like so hives and rashes might be allergic reactions. Um, your health in general might be significant. Um, but nonetheless, they was just raising hell, and then at one point in time, Tara gets upset at whatever the hell. See, there I go itching again. And also, itching was one of the confirmations. So somebody's health. Um, Tara gets upset about something. And if y'all don't know, Tara's level 1 autistic. And yes, all my kids are special needs. And yes, I've worked with special needs kids um, before. It's just, um, for some reason, it's different for me to have it so like up close and personal. Like I knew something was going on with Chevy, like ADHD, when she was a kid, but like I didn't get her diagnosed because like I didn't know and like it just I was scared. But she ended up getting diagnosed later on down the road, so here we are. But it's like I could look back now and see like, oh shit, it's like she could have used all these interventions then, but here we are. Um, but it's hard for me to relay that while we're in public because people just assume that she's just a kid. They don't think, oh, well, she's autistic or nothing, because people think that just because you're autistic, you gotta look autistic or look a certain way, or just because you have a disability, you have to look a certain way. And it's like there are all kind of invisible disabilities, you know. And so Tara's having a meltdown because it was time to transition or some shit, and she started screaming, like screaming, like to the top of her lungs, screaming to the point where it's echoing in the office. So I just covered her mouth because, like, I didn't like, I just like kept it so that it was like barely on there, but like I felt bad for doing it, but also like chill, bro. And at the same time I was like talking to her in her ear, like, hey, bro, you're good. Let's chill out. Let's stop the screaming. Da 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 da. Till she let out 2 screams, and then we was good. And I was like, and everybody was in there looking at me like I'm crazy. I mean, it's bad enough people already think that they ain't my kids because they're so damn white with red hair, and it's like actually I was there. Like I legit pulled both of them out. I was there. Like, and they didn't leave my side. Crazy shit. But it was challenging because it was like people were looking at me like I was just a bad parent. It's like I'm not though. Like my kids got needs. Like um, and it was difficult. um, and for some reason that's reminding me of the time I've told the story the other day, yesterday, when I was at Walmart. There was a lady that was in a wheelchair, and I was having a particularly rough pain day, but I was trying to not act like it. Confirmation. And we were in the same aisle together, me, Brandon, and her. And she looks at me and is like, hey, can you get this? She didn't ask him, she asked me. And I was like, sure. Even though I was in pain, I still got it for her. And it kind of humbled me in that moment because, like, yes, she's uh, outwardly has needs, outwardly has disabilities and stuff. But it's like, mine is more internal. I can't say more internal. Mine is more invisible, you know. And the it's frustrating though. It's frustrating because like I don't look like I'm somebody with chronic illnesses. I don't look like I'm somebody who's sick. And I get mislabeled all the fucking time, and it's like y'all got the wrong idea. um. So, but it was just, yeah, it was one of them days, like, and I was crying. Y'all saw me crying yesterday. So, and I ended up crying myself to sleep, and like, I don't like to do that, but like, I did, and it was just, so like, yeah, so, what is that all, hold on, let me see. 936. Invisible wounds becoming more apparent is the theme. So I was like, what the fuck is the theme? Like, what wait, confirmation, thank you, Calvin. Okay, so pour, we'll pull some cards in the next one. Okay, bye. Okay, part 2. Someone in this energy is a parent. The song White Flag by Delta Heavy is significant. And Icarus. They flew too close to the sun. And now I'm just getting the imagery of them falling with the wings burning, like scorching up. Like, okay, so they're falling backwards and their wings are like, extended, but like they're singeing off. And like, I'm seeing tar 244. Hold on. This is going to readjust their heart posture. 5-5. They've been in a very mean-ass, dualistic energy. So grumpy ass fucking... I almost want to throw it. I feel like they was yapping too much. Confirmation. Yapping too much. They was running their mouth just a little bit too much, and the divine took that jaw off. I was wondering what the fuck. And you get to, I was wondering. 131. You get to ride off free. I heard into the midnight. Spirit, the horse, like the movie, and the horse, the actual horse, because that motherfucker is real. 143 and 144 didn't know that shit at all. But Spirit is a real horse. So something about that is significant. Spirit is a real horse. And also something about me having my hair down today. Because, like, as much as I love my hair being down, I don't. Also, something about this. My kids have marked out the hanged man. Yeah, Ace of Swords and the Lovers. Knight of Wands, King of Cups. Damn. You got some love coming in? What are we talking about? What does this have to do with the channeled message of invisible wounds becoming more apparent? King of Swords. So possibly someone's an air sign or you're an air sign. The Emperor. So definitely a masculine energy. An arrogant masculine energy. 7 of Swords. Oh, but see, it was reversed, and I feel like their movement is gonna be thwarted because they were so deceptive. They don't get to go off free. I feel like planning against you, taking action against you, shit. And I feel like now it's being exposed. 331 and 333. The World at Large by Modest Mouse. 7 of Wands. The world at large is coming up against them now. You're having a hard time getting shit together. Getting adjusted. Alright. Queen of Swords in the reverse. 10 of Cups. What? Eight of Cups. Someone was emotionally disillusioned. Someone was emotionally disillusioned. They thought that this was something good and something healthy. But in turn, you realized it was something that you had to walk away from. Come on now. 6 of Wands, Ace of Cups. They tried to gain victory off of you, off of being in relationship and connection with you. It's like you gave them the ego boost that they needed, even though it was literally a very fragile foundation. Because the same people that were cheering them on are also the people that are coming up against them right now. Ten of Swords, Judgment. There's something here about the Page of Swords, right? And this Devil. Page of Swords, Devil, Three of Cups. I feel like this person was running a smear campaign on you. I don't know why that particularly gave me smear campaign, but like smear campaign. And I feel like all their misdeeds and dirty doings are now are finally being caught up to them. Egyptian energy is very significant. Hey, Anubis, and Ra, and Sekhmet. What's that? Something with a sh sound. I can't really hear it. Um, you see now the binds in which you were held. And there's something here about this eye being on this girl's back. Like they was oh, I heard black eye. But also what I was trying to say, I heard blind eye. Also, what's okay, blinding your eyes, but also um evil eyeing you. See? There's a lot of like miscommunication and like blocking. Like the energy almost like doesn't want me to read it. Like I don't know, it's weird. What else? See, you see how that was resistant and coming out? The Fool and Five of Pentacles, they tried to essentially leave you desolate so that they could like begin a new beginning. But I'm getting a lot of tables turning type of energy. Because now it's like because of their own folly, they're walking into their own destruction. Wow, shit. Literally, they're walking into their own destruction. The Fool, Five of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Judgment. And it's like this dog here is like, hey, you ought not. But they didn't learn their lesson. They refused to learn their lesson. In terms of, I heard enduring to the end, love, and also their own inner strength. They refused to pay their dues and learn their lessons so that they could actually have Ten of Cups, Two of Cups, Ace of Cups. They refused to do the work to become the best version of themselves. Because you remember how we had King of Swords upright and the Emperor in the shuffle, but the bitch came out as Queen of Swords in the reverse. Like, this is a deluded ass cunt. Like, this is delusion. Delusion, you know? Seven of Cups, Eight of Swords. You can't tell me that ain't delusion. Confirmation. They can't, it's like they can't get no rest. There ain't no rest for the wicked. Four of Pentacles. They try to block all your opportunities and siphon them for themselves. Four of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles, literally. That's what I just fucking said. Anything else? I just want to close this shit out, honestly. Eight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. There you go. They tried to take action and diminishing your work, knocking you off your stability, if you will. Disconnecting you from source, if you will. But I feel like you learned, like you were able to peep this shit Something about your guides helping you see this throughout time, and because of that, it's like now that partnership is like being dismantled and you're moving free. Six of Swords, the Chariot, Three of Wands. Moving, wow, the Star. Because you actually transformed. Where they're just approaching death. Okay, I'm done with this one. Okay, bye.